Look, it is a little bit difficult because it's 1 year and we didn't see Shani for 1 year. So, we miss her. So we woke up on the 7th of October in the morning when we start hearing the rockets that flew from Gaza towards Tel Aviv. Every father, he wants to know that his kids are safe. So I told my wife, call Shani and tell Shani to get into a shelter room because there are rockets that are flying from Gaza towards Tel Aviv to go to the center of a building, so it will be safer for her. And Shani answered and she said, I'm at the party, 6:40 in the morning. And then I opened the TV and I saw so many terrorists that came into Israel. And I thought, oh my God, and we tried to call Shani again and again and again, and she didn't answer. But at around 10 o'clock, somebody sent us this short video that Shani is lying in the back of a pickup and she's taken into Gaza with so many people, around her. And for me, as a father, to see such thing, she was nearly naked with just a little bit bra and this. And I thought, oh my God, it's the end of the world for us. And we recognized her immediately because she had a very, very unique tattoos on her legs. And we knew that it was her. And we thought in the beginning that she's alive. But after like 30 days, the Israeli police and the Israeli army found out that they found a piece of a bone on the ground somewhere. They looked for everything, for every detail. And this piece belonged to Shani, and it's a piece from the inside of her skull. So there is no chance that she was alive. She was murdered on the same day. And in her car, and in this picture, you can really see good and bad. She was happy and independent and dancing and smiling and brought, light into the world. And look at her and these militants around her, and you can see, good and evil. Mm-hmm. So whenever you see such a picture, immediately you say, look at the life and look at the death. And immediately you must understand that you must believe in life, in what she was, what Shani was. No, not at all. And immediately people wrote Shani Louk and they saw her picture alive. And immediately, like this shocking picture gave the world a sign. Choose life, choose the light. Don't choose death. You see the light, and you see the death, and you must choose the light. In the first days, actually, we didn't know if Shani is alive or is she dead, because according to the pictures on that car, she had a wound here. But there was no blood on the white Toyota. There was no blood. So we thought, maybe she's alive. If there is no blood, maybe she just have a wound here and she's okay. And we sent a man through connections into Gaza. A Gazan man, an Arabic man, he went into Gaza and we told him, go and look for Shani. And he went from hospital to hospital and he said, yes, I found Shani, she's alive, she's in this and this hospital. And she's wounded, but she's alive. And for us, we thought, thank God. But 3 weeks after, the police found this piece of an inner skull bone that belongs to Shani, and they said, there is no way you can be alive. She died on the same day, and that's it. Look, I feel lucky, really. I know this is tragedy, and she died, but I feel lucky because 3 weeks after she was gone, after she was, taken into Gaza with all these terrorists, we knew that she died. And she didn't, she's not in the tunnels. I don't know what happens to these beautiful girls in the tunnels. It's crazy, think that your daughter, a beautiful woman, 20 years old, 22 years old, is in the tunnels of Gaza with all these Gazan people. And I don't know what they are doing to the girls there. And for me, after 3 weeks, when I heard that she's dead and she died on the first day and they just shot her, I was relieved. We are not happy at the moment because we think about the hostages that are still in Gaza. And yeah, these are rough times for Israel, really rough times. But you know, this picture of my daughter Shani must, reflect on the world. It's a sign to the world. It's a sign to you. It's a sign for you guys to understand the light and the darkness. It is very important. On the 7th of October, we lost 2,000 people in one day. If you go to my daughter's grave, you can see around her another 10 people that are buried on the same day, that were murdered on the 7th of October. Yes, definitely. Israel lost on the 7th of October because so many people died and we were not prepared and the army was not prepared. And there are many, many questions about how it happened, but it happened. And now the people in Lebanon, they want to share the fighting with the people of Hamás. And that's why they're starting attacking us, and we have to answer. I mean, we cannot stand up with the hands in our pockets and wait like, what happened on the 7th of October. Me, myself, I believe that there is a solution for the conflict. I believe that the United Nations and America must sit together and find out a way that there will be no war in the Middle East anymore. Because, every 5 years we have a different war. I don't want to go into politics, but but I know that there is a solution that will be very good for the Palestinian people, that solution that will be very good for the Israeli people, because it is horrible to live in Gaza at the moment. It is horrible. They don't have education, they don't have good health system, they don't have water, they don't have enough food. It is the worst. Two stages never, you cannot have neighbors that are rapists. You know that your neighbor is a murderer, it's a big, big problem. So there must be a solution that will solve all these things. And I think Israel's responsibility is to find the right solution for the Palestinians so they can have better life. Look, the hostages is a very, very big problem. Because from one side, if you go with a lot of power, you're not sure that they will come out. And from the other side, the last time that we decided to make some kind of a negotiation, they came out. But they want to rebuild this terror nest in Gaza. And this is something that Israel cannot accept. Be careful that what happened to us on the 7th of October will not happen to you. And I see that there is some kind of escalation. And from what I see, I don't want even to talk about it, but from what I see, it's getting bigger and bigger. And I don't see at the moment any way that it will shrink. And more countries are involved. According to what I see on the social media, the world did not study anything about the 7th of October. You see, now the people of Israel became instead of bringing the light into the world, it becomes like they are bringing the darkness into the world. And these militants with machine guns, these are the right people to choose, Everything changed, the whole narrative changed. I would tell her, Shani, you're naive. You think that the whole world is a one big party, and you believe that there is only good things in people. Because she always said, there are no bad people. There are people that just got bad education. And I would tell her, Shani, don't go to that party, because, all around there are many people that got the worst education. And because of this worst education, you'll have to give your life, That's what I would tell her. But, I never thought of talking to news, and I'm talking about solutions to the problems, because nobody talks about solutions at the moment, which I think is very bad. But at the moment, we don't see solutions. At the moment, we see escalation. And if it will keep on escalate, like that, I think at the end we will see the Third World War, which is the worst. It's the end of the world. And the end of the world starts with little beautiful girl lying on the back of a pickup taken into Gaza. And that's how it starts, War starts like that. And you see the escalation. And what happens if we bombard Iran now? And then they will bomb. It's crazy. I mean, and America will involve, and then Russia and China, because, you know, it's all matter of money and finance and petrol, and a lot of petrol and a lot of ammunition and a lot of money and power. And it can escalate to be Third World War because of Israel, because of, you know, what the Hamás did.